Welcome to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show, hosted by Mason Kern. He keeps his nose to the ground to report on what's trending in professional and college sports, to inform, enlighten, and entertain. And now it's
the Sports Watchdog.
the Sports Watchdog, Mason Kern.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060 Phoenix. As always, I'm your host Mason Kern, joining you every Sunday, and we do have a pretty jam-packed show for you today. Going to have some pretty high-level interviews coming up later in the show. 3 of them actually a triple header today. We'll also get into our little sports hot topics and my favorite segment, the happenings on the Hardwood, coming up at you later. We'll talk NBA playoffs, but lots going down in this show, so stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss out. All right, everyone, like I said, jumping right into things here now, let me, just as a prelude to kind of what direction our interviews are going in today. So ASU men's tennis was revitalized, reinstated, will you, for the 2017 season after not being a program for 10 years. They were discontinued in 2008 for financial reasons, and the school brought the program back. Athletic director Ray Anderson donated $1 million. The school's sponsor Adidas donated $4 million to reinstate the program, and they bring in Coach Matt Hill from South Florida. He brings in the number 5 recruiting class in the 2017 class, and ASU is back into some national relevancy. They make the NCAA tournament the first year they're back as a program. Lots of a great general direction they're trending in, and this past offseason, their first offseason since reinstatement, they bring in 3 transfer players. One of those has a unique story to tell in Justin Roberts, the lone senior on this team, actually a graduate student, also from South Florida. And in 2014, he was actually recruited to the Bulls by Matt Hill. Matt Hill was the coach at South Florida before taking the job in Tempe. And when Hill left, Roberts played one more year, his junior year with the Bulls, leads them to the 4th straight American Athletic Conference title. And then for his last season as a collegiate tennis player, he transfers to Arizona State, gets to finish out his career with the man who kind of kickstarted his college career in the first place. And on senior day, this past weekend against number 45 Utah, the Sun Devils sweep. They win 4-0. Justin Roberts gets honored. His match does go unfinished. It was suspended, but it was a pretty just special feeling for him and for the program. And just here were his thoughts after the match on Saturday.
Yeah, as I said in before the match, it's a strange feeling. It's a good feeling, but it's a little strange. I didn't think I would be here 4 or 5 years ago when I got recruited to college. But this community has been really welcoming to me. The staff, my teammates, everybody involved, the managers, the people who come out to watch, the ball kids. Everybody's been really supportive and showed us a lot of love and showed me a lot of love. And I've only been here a semester and 3 quarters, so I was just happy that we got a W on my senior day, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of this community.
You gave Matt a hug when you walked through the line at the end. And
yeah.
He knows you better than anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
He's known you the longest. How has your relationship evolved from when you met Matt to being now, finishing your career with him at Arizona State?
Changed a lot. He and his assistant coach at USF recruited me. I would say in my first year at USF, I was closer to the assistant, but Matt and I grew closer and closer with time, and I don't know, man. He's given me so much advice in life, personally, on the court. He's helped me through some stuff. He's always there for you. He's been a positive influence in my life, and it's a pleasure to come and finish my career out with him here. And we have some more stuff to get done, but so far, I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to have been here and to experience this.
And how nice is it like you said, you get recruited by Matt when
you
go to South Florida, and then you finish your career now here with him at Arizona State.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes full circle. So.
Yeah, for sure. Life works crazy in some crazy ways sometimes. Also, Dominic Catrone was there with me my first year. He redshirted because he transferred from Florida State, and for us 3 to be here together 4 or 5 years later is unlikely, to say the least. There was not even a program here 2 years ago, so I guess things happen for a reason, and I'm happy that they worked out this way.
And like you said, I mean, this is only the second year of this program
Yeah.
since being reinstated. So how nice is it for you to be or leave your mark in your one season here in just the program's second year?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Got to be a part of a new rivalry with U of A. Got to clinch that one. That was nice. And honestly, these guys, we're trying to, just like at USF, where we tried to start something new there, and became a top 16 team that was big. And this crew, this team is trying to do something similar, probably even more. There's more resources here. There's no excuse in a place like this. Beautiful resources, everything. So I think that we're just trying to set it's a precedent or like a bar for the next teams to do better and better. And hopefully this will become a namesake, like a namesake for college tennis in the years to come.
I know you said that you guys aren't done, obviously, and you guys have more you're hoping to do. But the way that Matt cultivated a relationship with you, do you think that's kind of why he's been able to get this kind of talent here in the first couple of years when there was nothing to like show people? Is like, this is what we're
for sure.
ranked last year. This is how many times we made the tournament in the past.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job from the start. At least from when I known him at South Florida, getting good recruits, guys who probably would normally choose other places, but they believe in him. I guess reputation speaks for itself. Wherever he's gone, he's turned the programs into top teams, contenders, you know. So whatever happens is just a testament to his work ethic, his drive. I mean, the guy's a maniac. He wants to be number one in the country since last year probably, and he puts in the hours, and he's a guy who's easy to respect, you know, like the guy who works hard, and yeah, I'm just glad to have been a part of the ride with him.
And you mentioned just clinching U of A and that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
rivalry for you. I know the season's not over, but would you say that's been your favorite moment or
Yeah, one of them for sure. I mean, that was a big one for us. I mean, the crowd out there was hostile. We started the season slow. We had injuries and personal stuff going on, and we were negative in record and in-state rival, like perfect storm for I guess a weaker team to fold, you know. And we were tough there. We showed that we have some grit, and yeah, beautiful moment. I mean, I guess you don't start everybody expecting to clinch and for it to come down to you, but when it does and you're able to close the door on the other team, I mean, it's a special feeling, and I'm gonna remember that one for sure.
I know Matt said that you guys had to go through some stuff at the beginning of the season with injuries and just having guys come over and get acclimated with each other.
Yeah.
It seems like you specifically have gotten a lot better throughout the season, getting more comfortable maybe.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great fall season, and then coming back in the spring, I had some more personal issues that was making it tough for me to put my best on the practice court, which translates to the match court, obviously. But I don't know, since middle of February, I don't think I've lost a match yet. Today I was down, but I like to think I would have found a way. But yeah, I mean, everything goes hand in hand. When you work hard, you play well, and when you do the right things, good things seem to happen, you know. So we've been doing the right things as much as we can. We've had to learn a lot as a group. We had a lot of ups and downs, but now we're on the right path, I feel like. So it's going well.
Now, Roberts has had a pretty substantial impact on the program, even just in his 1 year on the team. But, I mean, look, there's so much that you can do on, off the court, so many different facets of the game that you can affect, and his impact has been pretty profound. But don't go away. We'll have more thoughts from Coach Matt Hill and his teammate Andrea Bolla coming up right after this.
If you're struggling to pay or haven't been making your student loan payments, listen carefully to this urgent alert. Have you been out of school for 10 or more years and you're still making your student loan payments? Are your student loans past due or even in default? Can't go back to school because of an old student loan problem? We can help you if you qualify. Your student loans can be taken out of default. We can stop the wage garnishments, stop the collection calls, and stop the seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and see if we can help you reduce your student loan payments. One quick 10-minute call could solve them right now. So call the Student Loan Helpline now. 800-380-4259, 800-380-4259, 800-380-4259, 800-380-4259. 4259. This is a fee-based document preparation service to help you access free government programs. Call for complete details, not available in all states.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Sports Watchdog Radio Show here on NBC Sports Radio, AM 1060 Phoenix. Like I said, head coach Matt Hill of the Arizona State men's tennis program reflected kind of on the impact Justin Roberts has had on him as a person and on the ASU program in just his one season with the team, the leadership he's provided on a generally younger team, and just his impact and how it stretches beyond just the tennis court. Now, here's Matt Hill and what he had to say following their 4-0 victory over Utah.
I know it's senior day, but I know on Sunday you said that you're trying to get some revenge against Utah. Beat you guys last year. You do that today, sweep. So just what did you see and what did you like at your team today?
Yeah, I think they're playing smarter, which is something that we've been talking about a lot over the course of the season. And there's a big process with that, you know, and kind of working through that, especially under pressure when we're trying to get them to think through matches and not just play free and do whatever they want, you know, because we have a lot of guys that have really good skill sets and good athleticism, and they've kind of leaned on that a lot in their younger careers. And as the higher level you go, you know, that's just not good enough. You know, you have to make sure that you're intelligent about where you're putting the ball and how you're setting things up. And I think they're doing a much better job of that. I'm looking around and I'm seeing really good decisions, good choices, and good moments. And so that's really big for us. That's really, really big for us. So.
And how nice is it just to get that vengeance and beat them on your home court?
Yeah, I mean, we know they can play. I mean, they beat Stanford last weekend, you know, and Stanford's very good. They're like 12 in the country. So we knew that they have a really good team and it was going to be a tough battle in front of us. But I thought the guys handled it really well. They looked super clean in doubles and looked clean down the home stretch in singles as well. So.
Obviously, senior day, how nice. I mean, having Justin a part of this program this one season, I know, I mean, your history, known him longer than maybe anyone around this program. So how nice is it to have him finish his collegiate career with you here at Arizona State?
Yeah, it's special. I mean, it's something that you never would have dreamt of, you know. He's a special player in person, and you have kids like that during your coaching tenure or coaching career that come along and they change their program changers, you know, and Justin is 100% one of those guys for me. He was at South Florida and he is here, you know, not just in terms of what he does on the court, but what he does off the court inside the group. And so, yeah, it's an unbelievable blessing to have him back here for this last year.
How does a person like that, who's not the best on the team, but such a solid guy and a veteran and somebody that can lead like that, how can he be instrumental in helping, you know, a top program like this one?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, one of the big things I'd say is we understand each other. You know, he's been under me before, and so the verbiage I use or the language I use or my expectations, you know, that's still foreign to some of the guys, even though we talk about it or whatnot. We've had success here. I mean, we had a good year last year and everything, but we haven't really broke through in my mind as one of the top programs in the country here. And we did at South Florida while Justin was there. And so the level of trust, I guess, in what we're preaching and what we're saying and what we're demanding on a daily basis is just higher because he's been on the other side of it. And so, you know, he is one of the best players here, you know, even though there's only one guy can play court one, unfortunately. You know, we have multiple guys on this team that could play number one on our team and be wildly successful. You can only put one guy there, you know, and so he is one of the best players, and the guys have a huge amount of respect for him on the tennis court, which translates into respect off the tennis court as well, you know. So yeah, I'd say our history is what makes him such a different, you know, it gives him different influence within the group than somebody else, you know.
Mason was just telling me just a couple moments ago, I mean, if you look back at the schedule last year, you guys lost to Utah, you guys had a close match against Washington and against Oregon. This year, you guys are rolling over teams like that are still top programs, Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
Is it nice to see that? I mean, I feel like you guys are competing so much to be one of the top teams in the nation that, people might not realize some of the baby steps that a program has to go through to get to that level.
Yeah, I mean, look, those teams are good. You know, those teams are good. They're well coached. They got good players, like players that have been there for 3-4 years. You know, there's a history there, a culture there, and we're still trying to set all that. So, yeah, to kind of separate or differentiate yourself from some of those programs is it's a step in the right direction. I mean, I don't think we're there yet. I mean, but we're moving in the right direction. You know, last year we were just, you know, opening our eyes to what it was, you know. And this year you can tell they're way more comfortable and they're way more confident and when things are swinging and so yeah, we're getting there, you know. Yeah, it's not easy. It's taken a lot of work and a lot of people to get to this point. I mean, way more people than anyone realizes, you know.
And I mean, how important just has it been for this program this season to have a player like Justin, that leadership role, a veteran on this team? I mean, because there have been multiple times where in the middle of his sets, he'll come over and say, Nate, pick your head up or go to various courts. So how important has just that leadership role been?
No, we wouldn't be doing, if you took a player of Justin's level and inserted him in the lineup where Justin plays and given the results that, let's say the results are the exact same on the court, it wouldn't even be close to the amount of impact that what Justin is doing. His off-court impact is way greater than his on-court impact, if that makes any sense. You know, like you can't reproduce what he's doing inside the team, and with the coaching staff and giving us a pulse on the team and what's going on. And I mean, you can't reproduce that in results. You know, there's other things that are needed to be successful, and I'm learning this year because you know, this is one of the more talented teams that I've ever had by far. And I'm constantly being humbled and reminded that, look, the recruiting is not enough. You know, like we have to keep fostering a good culture. We have to keep fostering the relationships between the team members and the coaching staff and them. And, you know, and Justin has been a huge piece of that.
Coach, how important do you think it was playing that really tough early season schedule with a ton of different top 5 opponents, Wake Forest, Ohio State? How important do you think that is with setting you guys up for success the rest of the season?
Huge.
Your recent
it is absolutely huge. I can't stress it enough. I remember at the beginning of the year questioning myself on how difficult the schedule was and thinking to myself, oh, what were you thinking here? And then when I step back and think about my experiences as a head coach with different programs and leading into this time of year, it's huge because we're going to go to LA and we're going to play USC and UCLA, two of the very best teams in the country, and we're not going to be surprised by their level. You know, we're not going to be awed by their level. We're not going to be in shock. I mean, we're going to believe that we belong toe to toe with them, and we're going to put our best foot forward and give them all they can handle and then some. So those moments and those experiences early in the season allow us to sit there and believe, if you've got the team, which we feel like we do, that when we step back on the court with those guys, that okay, like, you know, we're not surprised by it. And same with the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's the main reason we do it. When we get to the NCAA tournament, we want to feel like, well, we can make a deep run just like anybody else. I don't care what the ranking says, you know. And having those experiences with those teams gives us a real belief of that, because we've seen them. We know we don't believe that there's this huge insurmountable gap between them and us, you know. So I learned that very early on in my head coaching career, that I did not want to schedule light exactly for that reason.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
A special player and person, to say the least. And according to Matt Hill, their bond is what led Roberts back to Arizona State from South Florida to kind of reunite and finish out his career together. So pretty special moment for both of them for sure on their senior day victory. But we'll have more thoughts coming up from teammate Andrea Bolla on kind of the program, the team, Justin Roberts' teammates' kind of view and how they felt he's impacted them. Andrea Bolla has more coming up after this.
If you're losing your hair or notice that it's getting thinner, listen closely. You can do something about it without messy lotions or drugs. Now you can get clinically proven hair growth results at home with the Hair Max Laser. Hair Max delivers nourishing laser light energy to stimulate hair growth right at the roots. It's FDA cleared, recommended by doctors, and best of all, it has an amazing 93% success rate in clinical studies in both men and women, so you can be sure it works. Use it just 3 times a week and experience new hair growth, increased density, and healthier, fuller, more attractive hair in just weeks with a 5-month money-back guarantee. Now, for a limited time, save 15% on your HairMax order at hairmax.com. Type in code RADIO at checkout or call 1-800-9REGROW. That's hairmax.com, code RADIO, or 1-800-9REGROW. Experience real hair growth and save 15% with HairMax.
All right, guys, welcome back. Like I said, teammates of Justin Roberts giving kind of their own sentiments, saying their goodbyes via Twitter, on social media. And yes, there is more to get done. Pac-12 tournament, NCAA tournament, most likely they make it in the round of, at least into the 64-team field. But here's just what Andrea Bolla had to say following the team's 4-0 victory over Utah on Senior Day and on Roberts' impact on the program.
Andrea seem to be playing a lot more just confidently lately. So how have you just been feeling about your individual performances thus far?
Well, for sure better. I had actually a good practice session during the March of April. Work hard with the team especially and just keep going, keep believing in myself, and that the result will come.
And
eventually.
you guys, in your past 3 Pac-12 matches, you've swept each team 4-0. So what has just allowed you guys to been playing with so much confidence?
Well, as I said, probably a couple of months ago, we have a lot of good players. We believe in ourselves, even if we didn't have probably the best season. All these matches gave us confidence. I don't know. We started with, I don't remember what was the first match at home. So we played Pepperdine, San Diego, and then Oregon. Oregon is for sure a good team. They were 15 in the country. Then, yeah, their number 1 wasn't playing, but still. Was a good win that gave us a good confidence, and that was a special day for a senior day, Justin, and yeah, that's
How
it.
has it just been playing with Justin? I know it's only been 1 year, but I mean honoring him on Senior Day. How's it just been having Justin just a part of this program?
It was a great experience. Have him in our team. He has a lot of experience. There were a lot of helpful moments with him. I experienced like way more stuff this year than last year because, for example, he gave me some advice that I didn't even think about that before. So for sure was helpful this year, and great experience. Still not over, so we fight till the end.
Obviously, lots of positives to say following the team's Senior Day and just on how much Justin Roberts has impacted this program as a whole. I mean, it's been truly profound, even in just a short amount of time. But don't go away, because we'll be right back for Happenings on the Hardwood after this.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from Resort Release, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contract. Resort Release is offering a Better Business Bureau accredited way to legally get rid of your timeshare guaranteed. With our guarantee and transfer service, you'll never pay another timeshare maintenance bill again, and your contract will be terminated. You can begin saving today, even if you've tried another company to get rid of your timeshare. Call and see if we can help. At Resort Release, we only accept payment after an agreement has been made to get you out of your timeshare. Make this completely free call and learn how this honest Midwest-based company can help anyone, anywhere, legally get out of their timeshare nightmare guaranteed. Call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation.
800-296-1332, 800-296-1332, 800-296-1332. That's 800-296-1332.
You ready to hoop it up? This is Happenings on the Hardwood.
All right, guys, it's your favorite time. It's my favorite time of the show, at least. It's Happenings on the Hardwood, and we're talking basketball, talking some NBA playoffs. And, guys, the playoffs viewpoint, I mean, the ratings have been down 30% since and a large majority of that, in my opinion, is the lack of LeBron. The LeBron effect truly coming into play in terms of playoff ratings and how much it's impacted that. The Eastern Conference has not had to deal with playoff LeBron, but neither has the West, because he couldn't lead the Lakers to a playoff berth. Lots of injuries, obviously, encapsulating that organization. Lots of turmoil as well, with Magic Johnson stepping down as president of basketball operations. Their coaching search still in full swing. Tyronn Lue, a candidate. Monty Williams, a candidate. So lots of smoke screen going on around the city of Angels right now. But the other LA team, the Los Angeles Clippers, still fighting against the Golden State Warriors in the first round. I mean, drama early on with the Patrick Beverley, Kevin Durant kind of saga. Kevin Durant saying, hey, I don't care, I'm Kevin Durant. And Patrick Beverley saying he's a dog, he's going to play defense, he's trying to be the best defender in the entire country, in the world. So a lot of grit and grind in this series for sure. Look, when you break down a playoff series, what do you need? You need talent, you need a little bit of luck, you need skill more than anything, and you need to play well as a team, as a group, to lead through the entire playoffs. It's a tough thing to do. And this Golden State Warriors team is set up for it, even though they lost DeMarcus Cousins to that torn quad. That is a big blow, and he's probably not in the realm of maybe a max contract anymore after Achilles injury and now a torn quad. That's definitely going to be kind of tough for him to argue that he's a max contract player coming back from those types of injuries. But I mean, you have 4 other All-Stars on your roster when you look at it. So obviously Golden State Warriors primed for some success. San Antonio playing really well against Denver. Derek White having some breakout performance here in the playoffs. He's earning maybe a bigger contract than initially anticipated. Denver kind of pooping the bed a little bit in terms of not playing relative to maybe their ability. Some lackluster performance out of Denver, in my opinion. And then the Houston Rockets playing well. The Western Conference is a tough place, especially in the playoffs. And I think the league would maybe even benefit from doing away with conferences altogether. Just having a 1-16 playoff, the best 2 teams end up making the championship game, and that would eliminate a lot of the problems in terms of bad teams making the playoffs out of the East, maybe. Granted, Detroit as the 8th seed playing against Milwaukee, yeah, you don't have Blake Griffin. It's tough to put together a complete performance. It's really not going to happen. So lots of questions as we progress through these playoffs, but I think it's the Warriors to lose still at this point. So come back to me next week on it, but let me know what you guys think on social media, and I'll try to respond as best I can. But these playoffs definitely going to be interesting for the rest of the playoffs.
Well, that's a wrap, everyone. Anybody wanting to connect with me, the Sports Watchdog, on Twitter can do so at @SportsWatchdog, and on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube as well at The Sports Watchdog. So until next time, keep your eye on the ball.
The Sports Watchdog. The Sports Watchdog, Ace and Kern.